Hello, I am Feedback Gaming, and I play games in unconventional ways. And I'm about to show you the most OP path for the most OP country in all of Hearts of Iron 4. Have you guessed what it is yet? Third largest country in the world? The second largest democracy in the world. Ooh, what could it be? This is the United States of America. Did you get it? Just lie in the comments, say that you got it. Oh, Dave, I knew all along. This is Hearts of Iron 4, and today I'm going to show you the least done path for the United States. Because you're already really OP and you can do everything you want anyway, so why would you change anything? And we're basically going to go with re-establishing the gold standard. Apparently a lot of you hardcore libertarian boys actually kind of like that. So maybe this video will tickle your fancy. And the path that we're going to be going down is going to result in the whole nation falling apart. The second great civil war for the United States. Great, not so great. First thing we're going to do is, well, nothing. We're not going to select a national focus. Could you see this? Look, by not selecting a national focus, you gain one extra political power per day. Just the one. Just one. That one. And the reason we do that is because you're already suffering from a -1 political power because you're very depressed. Press 1 in the comments if you are depressed. 1. We'll select our entire army. We'll move all the boyos right about here. And we'll exercise them indefinitely to gain army XP. Yes, you do gain army XP when you do this, but it's a very small amount, so it's not really cost effective. You end up losing more equipment than you gain, so it's not really worth it. Same with the Navy. We're going to merge a lot up. G to merge. When it comes down to the rest, we're just going to go for anything. The problem with this path is you are so brutally OP as the United States. None of this really kind of matters. And that's sad to say, but it is what it is. Let's go for the mile of North American aviation. And we're working on some fighter bombers off the back of our existing production. So our backbone will be artillery, infantry, and fighter bombers. America. All right, we're going to make mills now. We're going to make them in all these areas on the East Coast. So there we go. Mills. We like them. Build them. Top it off as well. We'll have a little bit more artillery, a little bit infantry equipment. We'll start with that one support equipment. The rest of the boats, I'm sorry, I don't need them for now. But later we might need them. Plane. This is the most modern fighter we've got. We're going to auto upgrade that, and we'll sign a mile when we've got the XP. All the rest of this, I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. And surprisingly, there's actually a better model here. We'll go for this one, the P-36. P-36 is the model we're going to go for in that case. So surprisingly, it starts with heavy machine guns, even though we've not got the technology for that. So you've got the option here to do something kind of interesting, even though the ×4 machine guns gives more air attack. So it's still kind of better to use the light machine guns. Confusing strategies with technology you don't actually have, but you have access to it anyway, and you can potentially use it early, even though it doesn't even really that matter. Yeah, we're going to make ourselves 400 convoys. So you can set an actual limit of how many you want to make. And when you're done, it'll cancel out, and then we'll make destroyers or something. All right, 5 speed. Off we go. And we do have an Air Force too. We're going to grab those boyos. Here and here. Once again, we'll merge them up, and then we'll exercise them to level 3. There you go. The opposition suffers a defeat in the Senate. I don't care. The House hearings into presidential misconduct. Presidential misconduct? America, you're funny. As you can see, we're exercising the Air Force here, and we've gained a tiny little bit of air XP. I think I'm going to exercise the entire fleet indefinitely. This is not something I'd recommend you'd ever do usually, because you do end up taking a lot of losses due to accidents. Planes, unfortunately, don't have great integrity, and unfortunately, exercising them frequently might give you XP, but unfortunately, you do end up losing a lot, and it's not really cost-effective past level 2. Is it level 2? Level 3. Ah, I got it wrong. When it comes down to infantry, on the other hand, though, it is a little bit more effective. We'll convert them all to the garrisons. We'll continuously exercise to gain, as you can see here, a tiny little bit of army XP. We only need 5 to make a small division, and that'll be enough for now. Radio, I've heard that's pretty good. The future. And the rest of it, we'll go for some artillery. Then all of a sudden, another event saying the senators support us for our government proposal. What proposal? We're not even doing anything. We're not even selecting a national focus. This is a president doing absolutely nothing. Come on, bro. Pull your finger out. Otherwise, you'll get kicked out in the next election. The next election? The next election? I wonder when that's coming. Oh, yeah. Right here. The next election will be November 1936. And that is when things change. We're going to go for dispersed industry. Pretty standard. Top it off as well. I really like production, so we'll go for machine tools. All right, we've got our 5 XP now. We can stop exercising our divisions. And our planes as well. Can we modify the machine guns? More light machine guns? Yes. And with a turret? Yes. Can we sign the Mayo? No, we've not got enough XP for that. So this will just have to do for now. There we go. And we can stop exercising the planes. G to merge. We'll exercise the remaining ones up to level 3. And then let's go. Construction. So you're probably thinking, hang on, I said fighter bombers. Fighter bomber spam is mad OP. Yes, it is. And unfortunately right now, we need to focus on the stats. So we use the first 2 slots. Then we get the 3rd slot when we research the next fighter, which is this one. And that's when we'll start taking advantage of fighter bombers. Just me, the fighter bomber swarm is going to be so unbelievably massive. It'll be kind of frustrating and annoying because it's just unbelievably, well, broken. So right now you've got political power and you're tempted by this icon here, modify government, to select something. Don't select anything because the civil war is coming and most of these advisors will disappear. So my advice is just don't click them. A representative speaks passionately in support for the government. It swings and roundabouts, is it, in democracy? All of a sudden people support you, then people hate you. Ups and downs, ups and downs. Sometimes red wins, sometimes blue wins. The cycle continues. The opposition suffers a defeat in the Senate. Told you, ups and downs, never ends. The roller coaster of democracy is never over. More artillery. Once again, economy, artillery, standard opening. Standard. So, in short, we're about to do a civil war. We are going to go fascist as the United States. So what I'm going to do is mark on the map what land that we will own. Well, not own in this case. So we'll not get New England. And then all of this west coast will go to the opposition. So it's basically east versus west instead of north versus south. Plus New England, because New England's funny like that. So there you go. So that's the reason why we're building these specific regions. And why aren't we selecting a national focus? Because we need to wait for the election, because that's when everything kicks off, and that's when all the fun stuff happens. Okay, we're going to train more garrisons, as many as we can train, and we're going to deploy them immediately here. Now, this garrison is awful because it's got an engineer on it, and disproportionately, engineers aren't very good as a part of a small division like this, because the set amount of equipment required for it will be the same regardless of the size of the division, which makes no sense if you really think about it. What we're also going to do is prioritize all new equipment and manpower to go into these divisions first. We have an election of 1936. We choose for Democrats for 4 more years, or we go for the Republicans. A definite change, of course. Yes, Republicans. The shift in the political landscape, and we now have a new leader. Now we can select our national focuses. So, re-establish the gold standard, which lets us go down the right path here. And you can still stay historical, alt-historical, by going down the democratic path here. And you get to do just alternative focuses, which I believe let you mobilize a little bit quicker and focus a little bit more on the military. But I'm going to go down the right path. Ally with the silver shirts and re-establish the gold standard. Disperse is naturally followed by disperse too. North Carolina would like support for munitions. Yeah, why not? North Carolina, let me guess. Is it here? Oh, look at this. Geography mastery here. And also, we are going to get some lobby for medium support to gain more support in the Senate and the House. Because if you want to pass some radical War Powers Act, you're going to need lots of support in both houses. Going to rush for some artillery, and we're also going to rush for Engine 3. So before you can go for more advanced machine guns and the better chassis, you need to carry the extra weight, and to do that, you need the engines. So we are going to rush the engines as well. I realize I went for the wrong Mayo there. Let's select the Mayo again. Mayo, and we said we were going to go for... Well, the option isn't even here anymore. Okay, that's really sad. So the Mayo that we wanted was for light aircraft. So long-range heavy aircraft then, I guess. Mayos, you know what I do. Focus on production first, then I focus on practically everything else. In this case, we're going to focus on AA. Mayos for guns. We're going to focus on production. You see me do this every game. If you're a massive nation and you have huge potential for production, you always want to go for quality over quantity. If you're a smaller nation, you get the idea. Next up, we are going to go for America first. Deploy the infantry. Deploy the swarm. Okay, 15 factories on infantry equipment. Now we can assign on to our planes. And I told you, we're going to make the plane spam soon. More medium lobbing support. America first. So the next one you want to go for is ally with the silver shirts. You need 10% support for fascism for that. So we need to hire the guy. There is the demagogue. There he is. Top it off as well. We'll go for the silent workhorse. If you can see here really close that he doesn't say anything underneath him that if you change ideology, he will disappear. For instance, this financial expert does not have a political advisor of Harry White. So, as you can see, there are reasons that this guy may never want to join your government. Now, why isn't there a filter here to say, only give me the ones that are available? Paradox? Wouldn't that be useful? Not having a scroll wheel? I think that'd be pretty good. Anyway, silent workhorse. We're going to go for Adjustment Compensation Act, which takes a little chip away from the pain of the Great Depression. Gonna take that little pill and slowly and truly get rid of the problem. Anyway, deploy more boys. And I think the amount of divisions we've got now will be enough. Right, now we're going to make a division. And this case, we're going to create a brand new one. And it is going to be a horse. A single horse. Remember that 5 XP we talked about earlier? That's why we made it. For this exact reason. Convert everything to the horse. Myos. What is it for planes this time? Agility is good. This is all for medium planes, though. Oh, that one's for light planes, though. Air attack. Okay, I'll go for that one. I don't plan on advancing that one any further, so I don't really care about queuing them up. Maybe we'll queue them up later on, who knows. Disperse 2, it naturally followed. I'm going to disperse 3. At the same time, we're going to build the mills in the more key locations and finish off the ones that are partially built. There we go. I'm going to do one more medium lobbing. It looks like we've got absolute support, but that could change when the war starts, so let's just go for that now and get it sorted. Nip that one in the bud. An agency? Yeah, why not? Let's build one now. Eventually, we'll take advantage of it, but for now, we'll get those initial upgrades. Aye, with the silver shirts. So, this is the fascist path for America. This will trigger the beginning of the Second American Civil War. You have been warned. The storm is coming. Again, upgrade the agency. I always go for S-Pills, interrogation. Then I go for econ, an army department, and then maybe just an extra passive upgrade. Local is good if you're specifically targeting one country, but we're going to target multiple countries. And a former department, I don't usually do that, but it is pretty good too if you max it out. S-Pills it is. All right, we've made all the convoys we need to make. We have 1,000 convoys. In this case now, we'll start building some destroyers. Destroyers, we don't have a good design for it. Okay, so in this case, we'll exercise our massive fleet. To be fair, we should have done this from the very start of the game because we have unlimited XP. But we'll set the repair queue. We'll exercise. Oh my god, the XP just goes through the roof. How do I make a really good destroyer? It won't let me auto make one. Dual purpose batteries to begin with. We know why not. Fire control, sonar, torpedoes. Escort fleet gives production bonus. Yeah, we'll take that. That's going to cost me 25 naval XP. Easy. Kind of tempted for another dual purpose. And then maybe another torpedo. So it's kind of aimed towards light attacking and also hitting with torpedoes. We can always upgrade this at any point in the future. 35 XP. We have protests in the capital now. Oh no. Also kind of very familiar as well. Protests in the capital. The capital. The capital. If you know, you know. Can't wait to read the comment section on this video, boys. Oh boy. Oh, we got a spy. We can go for another upgrade. S-Pills is almost done. Astral focus. We can invite foreign support and go down all these focuses, and we're going to do them anyway, so just do them. So we're on the path now to the Civil War, so just hold tight. Here it comes. The next roller coaster for America. S-Pills. Army department. Hire a spy. We'll go for a seducer because they're the best ones. And we'll just keep it in the capital for now. We will use it later, but on the other American enemy. We can hire the editor. He's only 50 political power, and he gives extra stability and political power. So, yeah, let's do it. Musicians in Utah. Okay, I'm going to say no to this one, because Utah is... Oh, Utah. It's here. Colorado? How close was I? Ah, we're so close. So close. Geography failed. European doesn't know American states. So invite foreign support allows you to spend political power, and you can get guns from like the United States or other fascist nations when the war actually kicks off. We'll go for the National Prosperity Program. It is. Okay, we also go for this weird guy as well. Send Lindenberg to Germany. Air wing experience plus 15%. That's such a weird one, isn't it? Gains more XP when training planes. It feels useful, but you don't really gain that much XP to make it worthwhile. So it's one of those, oh, it's nice you've got it, but will I use it? No. Assign a hotkey for fighters and deploy. Not really going to matter to begin with, because when the Civil War kicks off, I'm going to end up losing all this anyway. Yeah, I'm actually going to delete my entire Air Force. You probably think I'm mad, but it'll make sense. Trust me. It'll make sense. Just bear with me. Trust me. All part of the plan. Top it off. Artillery. Top it off as well. We need to make more artillery. Yep, that's good. We could do it importing a little bit of rubber, so we'll do that from Malaya. And the production is looking good now. What miles again? Production, range. Is there more production down here? Yes, there is. So yes. When it comes to naval production and MIOs, you want to focus on things that give you more production outputs. In this case, the MIO itself gives 5% production. And this one here will give you an additional 5%. Then, down here, another 5%. So top it off, put a raw output of 15% extra for production of destroyers and light cruisers, which is pretty awesome. And that applies to tanks as well. That's usually really effective for tanks. Anything that gives you a raw production bonus is 100% worth it. All right, we're going to go for naval reform because it gives more overall XP. Someone corrected me on the previous video. They said it gives you more. I said it gives you more raw taking naval XP. It doesn't actually give you more. It gives you more of what you're already currently getting, but it doesn't give a flat amount. Does that make sense? More passive bonuses. Good. Interrogation techniques. Senators retired. Next focus is going to be recruit the free corps. That's actually a really good one. If you're really struggling in the Civil War and you just want a bunch of divisions just to magically appear, go for this one, but it is optional. Work with the Bund. So the Bund is the Steel Belt. It's Ohio, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. So it's kind of like all these states. And what it basically just says is these states are guaranteed to join you when the Civil War kicks off. And the only explanation that the tooltip gives you is that these have people of German origin, and therefore they're more likely to be up for fascism. Germans and your fascism, what's wrong with you? Get a real hobby, come on. See, I'm not just dissing the Americans in this video. The Germans are going to get a stab as well. And the final upgrade will go for localized training centers that we might take advantage of later on. We might not. However, it's quite expensive because it costs you 10 civilian factories for the full 28-day duration. So be aware that's quite an expensive one. All right, we're working with the Bund now. We're going to go down the left path, the National Prosperity Program. If you've reached this point, you can see that you've selected all these set focuses. But by the way, the focuses don't determine when the Civil War kicks off. It's actually a set amount of time, but the time requirement for each of these focuses mean you are close to the Civil War. So if you see this, it means you are close to the Civil War, and keep one eye open for the events that are about to pop up, because they will affect the direction of your nation. And then my upgrade for the destroyers, giving reliability and range, so I'll take advantage of that. What I basically say is, when you finish producing this destroyer, stop producing this production line, and therefore it'll move down to the production of these ones, which have got the most update bonus, because I don't want to scrap the ship overall. The 10 million march. So this is coming incredibly close to the Civil War now. And what I'm going to do off the back of it is go into the international market and sell everything. Everything. I'm not too fussed about the convoys though. So we're going to select them all at high price. Hopefully no one buys them. Some people might buy them though. But there won't be a lot of time to actually move them out of our nation, because you need a full 30 days to purchase them. To top that off as well, I've realized I could do a few trucks as well. At the same time, I'll put 2 into trucks there and start building them. And that is just solely for the purpose of supply reasons. These supply depots, yeah, you can see that tiny little horsey there? Yep, that needs trucks. When you do that, you gain a lot more supply. 100% worth. There's no reason you shouldn't do that in any Hoi 4 game. Oh, look, people want to buy equipment from me. I want to say no to everything, because I just wanted to sit on the market to be like decoration, you know? Like, oh, look at these things you can buy. But no one can buy them. Oh, no, no. It is a shop that just shows products. You cannot purchase those products. Focusing more on soft attack here, passive bonuses, still working on those engines, and also working on dispersed industry. Localized training center is done. Now we've got the 6 upgrades. We're working on the next spy. Where do we get another spy from? Where do we get another one from? Because we're in North America, we can only get North American spies, which I always thought was a really weird system. You have to go for local recruitment and expand your recruitment bases to get spies from other areas of the world. So now I think about it, that's actually a really bad upgrade. Don't actually do that. Don't do that. Workers on strike. We are so close to the event right now. The event is coming because our industry is completely shut down. As you can see here, we have a total of 154 civilian factories, and we can use none of them. 0. Look, none. So, yeah. The end is coming. But in the meantime, keep selecting these focuses, because you can do nice, fancy things with this. The national employment strategy is a good one, because it gets rid of your depression. Less depression. Once again, you don't get depression, get rid of it all in one go. It's a slow process over time. The armories have been raided. You've lost a bunch of guns. Oh no. Topping us off as well, we might have some more equipment that we can put on the market, and we are actually going to do that. Remember, when the Civil War kicks off, you are going to lose half of your equipment, okay? So by placing all of this on the market, that means that when you cancel and give these equipment back to you and take them off the market, you get all that equipment back. Instead of having just 50%, you will have 100% at it. Hire another spy and just have him lingering around. What, you want to buy equipment from us? No! Okay, now states will decide who are they going to side with. So in this case, Kentucky says no. Kentucky is somewhere around here, right? Oh my god, first click. You know why I remember Kentucky? Because it kind of looks a bit like a chicken wing. The American influence on me is massive. The workers are on strike again. I feel really sad that everyone wants to buy our equipment here, but I can't say yes to any of it. That makes me feel super sad. More soldiers have deserted. I do think I prepared for the Civil War a little bit earlier than expected, but I don't matter. It's best to be prepared. Prepare to succeed or prepare to fail. What's the quote? Those who do not prepare to win then prepare to fail. I probably butchered that quote. More worker strikes. Yay. Deregulated the banking sector. What could happen from that? Nothing bad, hopefully. Next up, privatize the TVA. TVA? The Tennessee Valley Authority. That's not what I'm thinking of. I've been watching way too much Marvel. Civilian militias formed. Maryland will now be a part of my nation? Maryland. Okay, so that it seems like, oh, okay, I'm seeing now. So the militias are siding with me. As you can probably notice, guys, I don't actually do this path very often. In fact, I never really do this path. I think I did it once or twice when this expansion came out, and then I never touched it again. I don't really like the paths that are very event heavy. That's one of the reasons why I don't play Kai's Right that much. I'm sorry, Kai's Right fans. Hey, we all like different things. You like chocolate, I like vanilla. We're a bit different, that's all. And I don't like reading events because I'm dyslexic. That's not even a joke. I wish it was a joke. Engine 3 is done. We can make big fat engine planes now. It will be great now to go with the bigger engine, the better plane with the extra module. But it is the long-range aircraft design we're actually going for. Okay, for some reason I thought it was a short-range aircraft. Okay, I've got that completely wrong. Boom. That's the one we're going to go for. Okay, we can select a Mayo now, but we can only go for the ones that benefit from small planes. And unfortunately, we have to go through all these Mayo slots that don't even benefit us. In this case, I'll get rid of the queue. I like this one here. You need advanced machine tools. So we'll queue this one up. And once we've done advanced machine tools, we can go for it. It's very good, though. Look, it gives plus 10% production to planes. I told you, production is big in this game, so go for it when you can. Top it off as well. You need to be a faction with the United Kingdom. Okay, that's not going to happen. And the rest, I'll just queue them up. These ones are the right for transport planes, so don't bother. Yeah, queue them up. There we go. 16 queued. Boom! The Boston Rebellion. We have a civil war. All right, first thing we're going to do now is hop into the market and then basically pull everything out of the market. And look at this, all this great equipment, all ours. Then we select all of these divisions and change them to a good division. Let's just double check the templates. So this is this one and this is this one. Okay, in this case, we're going to go for not the largest division, just a larger one. We'll split them up. We'll assign our field marshal, which is Mr. MacArthur. Douglas MacArthur. Sign you boyos on. Go here. Now, I believe there's an engineer somewhere. Engineer. No, there isn't. I guess he must have joined the other faction. Never mind. All right, everyone's going to move here now. And we're initially going to push against them because the capital is on the East Coast. But the West will eventually rise up against us anyway. Right, we are at war now, so we can partially mobilize. And now we have real proper industry. Top it off, we can go for army morale for ticking army XP. And top it off as well, we can stop exercising our fleet. Guess we have max naval XP. All right, all the boys are going. Rebellion spreads to the West Coast. Boom. So my advice is just ignore this coastline, because that's the hardest to fight for, because the supply is not as good here. And plus you've got the Rockies, which is a very difficult terrain to fight on. To defeat the East, then defeat the West. That way you don't have to fight a two-front war. Trust me, it's easy that way. So I wrote in my notes here, don't initially attack New England immediately, because these states will rebel as well. Don't do what I'm doing. Actually plan ahead and do this. So make a fallback line from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all the way to Washington. Get everyone to move back. As you can see, for this exact reason, all these regions will rebel against you, and then you can turn around and start pushing against them. So now the states will all pick a side, okay? They'll decide if they want to join, in this case, the Constitutional States of America or the American Junta. Doesn't sound like we're the good guys, does it? No. Anyway, regardless, national employment strategy. Employment during the Civil War. That's a good idea, right? Top it off, we have an air force now. So let's deploy all the boyos, attach that onto my army, let them do their own thing. Top that off as well. We don't need support equipment, and we could probably just do a little bit of artillery, but we haven't got the XP for that yet. Something we are working towards. So now you're going to find the states are going to secede and join the faction that they align with. You tend to find it's a little bit random, but there are certain states that will always join your factions in this instance. In this instance, I always like to defeat the east before going west. You see there's more divisions forming now. We're going to form a massive fallback line across the entirety of America. And as I get new divisions, I'll assign it to the fallback line. Amelia apparently is a fascist and wants to join us. Okay. All right, you can select your president now. Would you like this guy? Generic leader boyo? Which surprisingly is not too bad because he's a consumer goods factor minus 15%. That's actually kind of cool. But then if you look at MacArthur, look at those stats. Or you can basically say not. Okay. Yeah, MacArthur. Look at the stats. Look at the stats on that boyo. Yep, extra attack on core territory, making the Civil War easier. Yep. And then we'll just sire someone else as a field marshal. We'll work on the heavy machine guns now. Still working on the mills. Getting everyone in position. Building a bit of planning bonus. 3, 2, 1. Reinforcing all the boys. Get rid of the engineers now. Saves us loads of production. Artillery is kicking out. Can we add on artillery? I think we need 25 XP for that. Yeah, we do. We can't get that yet. 2, 1, and off you go. And we should have enough firepower now to defeat them. So what we did here, that was just kind of sneaky, is these divisions here are 1 battalions of horse. So what we can do now is just completely demolish them by, well, as you can see, it's going to be 1 horse. So it's going to be this versus this. And of course, you know what's going to win, right? As you can see, we are demolishing them. They are last standing, but remember, it's 1 battalion of horse, so we're just going to absolutely flatten them. Meanwhile, we're having a little bit of a problem, so we're going to have to push back all the way to Chicago. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Oh, there we go. We're just slicing through them now. These divisions have got some good firepower, and they'll hold out pretty well. Good. At the same time, why not go down the Confederate path? Honor the Confederacy. You want to be saving political power at this point, because there's a bunch of decisions you need to go and be able to click. And when you get those decisions, it'll make sense, because they are really OP bonuses, so you want to take advantage of them. And I believe in the olden days, you couldn't select these decisions if the Civil War had already ended. But this is your opportunity, whilst it's Civil War, to execute emergencies. So then you can, well, I guess, consolidate yourself into a junta, a dictatorship, I guess. There we go. The North has fallen. Thompson machine gun, and then we can go for the passive bonuses with it. Are we good? Yep. And then we're going to go for prioritize motorization. This is going to give us a bunch of supply. And right now, the Northeast has a little bit issues with supply depots unless you grab Boston. So this one instance's supply is still pretty bad, but we're closing down on them anyway. Oh, there we go. We're pretty much done now. Good. We've got heavy machine guns now. Upgrade them. Yes. And yes. And then select the Mayo as well. There we go. Ooh, I don't like that plane model. That's not nice. There we go. The Eastern Front has closed. I'm going to do medium lobbing support just because I don't want to have issues with the House or the Senate. I'm going to merge up all the armies. You are going to go here. Then I'll select everyone to convert them. Then we can add on the artillery. Yeah, there we go. And now we have a proper army. And then we can just do a front line like this. So remember, they look like they've got a lot of divisions here. They've not. A lot of them are very, very, very weak. They're either ones that are deployed by script when the Civil War kicks off, or they're those 1 horse battalions that I spawned for them. Let's recruit the free corps just because I want a bunch of free divisions. I suppose at this point I could train a bunch, couldn't I? Yeah, I could. I could train an additional 10. We'll do that. All right. Field Marshal frontline. Hold shift. We're not going to go all the way to the north. I want to concentrate all the fighting in the center because I don't want to spread myself too thin. And then everyone else is going to go here. Yes. Everyone into position. Get some planning bonus. Staff office plan. 3, 2, 1. Organization is up. We can go for a high command. Army drill is the case. And we'll go for an infantry expert. But we don't have one of those yet. Boom. Go. And as you can see, all green bubbles, meaning that the divisions are very, very, very weak. Germany would like to send some volunteers. You know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to make some civilian factories now. Just because we've reached our peak of mills anyway. We have to import aluminium and rubber anyway. There you go. We're chewing through the front line. Nice and easy because their divisions are rubbish. We don't even need to micro. We can just push through the front line like a knife through butter. Deploy the 10 boyos. Yep. Italy would like to send 5 volunteers. You know what? Why not? And there we go. Easy. Now we can go for an infantry leader as well. The only downside of some of these guys I've selected is they're already assigned to the officer corps. And I realized that we might be better off selecting guys that aren't already in the officer corps. Oh, this guy isn't. So what he potentially could be is an infantry specialist, which we desperately need. This guy needs to be changed because we need someone else. We haven't got an engineer, have we? No. This will do for now. Recruit the free corps. Okay. And the button is... Can't find it. Here we go. Raise the free corps. It's just a bunch of free divisions, and you get to take advantage of them, change them, modify them as the game progresses. And it's basically proportional based on how many of these guys you get, based on how many states you control. So in this case, we gained 48 of these divisions, which is insane. 1, 2, everyone on the front line. And we'll convert them all to the best division anyway. It means we're going to be a little bit behind on artillery, but it's not the worst thing. Infantry specialist. We need command power. We haven't got command power? Yeah, we have no command power. In the meantime, let's fix some of our depression problems by going for protectionist tariffs and income tax reform. Next up, if you scroll all the way bottom to decisions here, you can see here, honor the Confederacy, and you can press all the buttons. And it gives flat up bonuses of stability. So you lose all your stability due to civil war, but then you praise the Confederacy, and all of a sudden you gain loads of stability back. Wow, aren't the Confederates great? Right? Press 2 in the comments if you think the Confederates are great. Video has become demonetized. Enshrine states' rights, giving more fascism and stability. And next one is permit battle standards. Oh my goodness, where is this going? So in the olden days, and I'll admit I'm an old man, I remember when this expansion came out, you couldn't select these unless you were actually at war. I have a feeling that's probably ended now. No, that's probably not the case. Let's actually end this. It was an old bug in the olden test release version. I don't think it's going to be the case anymore. I think you can end this civil war, but still select these focuses. In a weird kind of way, I kind of like that mechanic because it kind of feels like you're taking advantage of this emergency situation by reforming your nation to something that it's not. That's right, Dave confirmed to be big Confederate supporter. Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to put everyone on the Mexican border. Confirm everyone needs motorization priority. Might need a few more trucks. We have the option to improve our artillery with a Mayo, giving soft attack. Definitely worth it. And we're going to focus on making our planes a lot better. Heavy bombs. Ooh, gives extra 8 ground attack compared to the 6 ground attack. But the bombs are bigger. Yeah, why not? Protectionist tariffs to fix our depression issues. Exercise to level 3. And Germany has declared war on Poland. Trouble across the pond. We're technically, at this point, still non-aligned. To become full fascist, you need to do these focuses. But the easiest way to do those focuses is to gain political power. And how do you gain political power? Well, you get rid of depression. And we're going to get rid of that now by doing tariffs and whatnot. Oh, look, our navy's back. We can merge it all back up again. Best not to fight your navy against their navy because it'll result in situations where you're losing ships. And you'll need those ships when the war concludes anyway. Why waste your ships, right? Rubber and aluminium. So you can build infrastructure to gain more aluminium. Where's the aluminium? Here, here, here. Oh, loads in Texas. So if you're low on resources, another way of gaining resources is not to import it, but to actually develop it within your own country. And not a lot of nations have the luxury of doing that because not all of them have the industry of the United States. Protectionist tariffs. Next up, income tax reforms. And I believe this gets rid of depression. No, depression's actually already gone. So this one actually doesn't matter anymore. That's if you've not gone for the national employment strategy. But now we have political power, and you can gain more political power by not selecting a focus. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Small planes is done. We can actually get our bomber aircraft now. We pop a bomb right on the end, and then I suppose we'll go for something that gives extra range. Yes! Double range? Yes! That plane is so ugly. I love it. Oh, I love it. The colors. Boom, boom. That's what we're going to build now. And we're going to need the rubber, so give me rubber from Malaysia. I like special forces, okay? And I love mountaineers, so we're going to add a little bit of mountaineers into the mix. The ability to attack into mountains and do a little bit extra damage is so worth it, and I love it. Merge up all the planes, deploy them all, and exercise them to level 3. We're doing that to exercise all our divisions as well to get them ready for war. Also, if you want more resources, which America's got lots of them, you can go the excavation tax. 10% for each one is massive for America. In that case, you'll not need to import any aluminium. And I don't need to anymore. Hey! Also, my upgrade for the guns, soft attack, oh, 100% worth it. Oh, an option to declare war on Mexico. Sorry, Mexico. Sorry, not sorry. And we just chew through their front line. So easy. Option for a bigger bomb. Can it be done? Unfortunately not, because we're too heavy. Oh, by such a small amount, too. Can we drop the machine gun just a little bit? Yeah, we could. There we go. The bombs are worth it over the machine guns. In this case, we're going for the air swarm. So in that circumstance, we don't need to worry as much about raw stats and just care more about our bombing potential by getting the numbers. Why are we invading Mexico? Because we can. And the event allows us to do it. So why not? All right, permit the battle standards for the Confederacy. Boom! And now we can have a constitutional convention which changes to the Silver Legion of America, makes us fascist. Boom! The Confederate States of America! Come on, this is what you came here for, right? And Douglas is like, you know what? I'm not the new Emperor King. I'm not stepping down. William Dudley challenges Douglas MacArthur. You have the option to retire him, to replace him with this guy who has no stats. Or you get to go for this aviation guy, which gives plus 1% range. That is so bad. Why would I ever do that? MacArthur, you are our new God King. Forever and ever and ever. Goodbye, the American democracy. Oh yeah, so special forces, I like them, right? Yes, 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 yes. And that's why we exercised our fleet to gain the XP, to take advantage of that with having Marines. And Marines we are going to go for are going to be the Engineer Marines, which in this case are going to be Pioneers. We're going to need some support equipment for that, so let's sign that on immediately. No more Mexico. No more issues with the southern border. It was just that easy, America. That's all you needed to do. Industry-wise, now I was building a railroad to the border for better supply, but that was pointless because we plowed through them anyway. Focusing a little bit more on supply, as you can see, because I've spread my army out. I'm using more supply depots. We're on disarmed nation, but we still have 350,000 manpower in the pool. And to top that off as well, we also have 1 million men deployed. So it feels kind of like being disarmed doesn't even hurt you as America. I've always said this. Listen, America made a massive impact in World War II. But I will say it again, as I've said a billion times before, I think America needs nerfing for the sake of balance. That's all I'm going to say. America, I love you. Love you. However, I think your nation is too strong in Hearts of Iron 4, which is a computer game, not real life, by the way. I could see you touching the keyboard. I know what you're going to say. Put the keyboard down, bruv. Next up, we're going to do the War Powers Act, which allows us to declare war on people near us. Why be happy with just coast to coast, right? Why not be happy with maybe the rest of the Americas? Now we can focus more on naval stuff by going for landing craft. We also go for tactical bombing, which increases ground support, which is useful for the planes we're going to use. Okay, garrisons are important. Don't forget to change them over to the very small horse. Yeah, that's the one. And we'll go for something in between, which is going to be a local police force, and focus the garrisons. Manifest destiny. Justify. War goal. Minus 35% time. Yes. So I'm not going to focus on anti-air because I'm just going to have steamroll everything on the ground. And then the planes will provide support from the air. So I'll not need any ability to shoot them down. It is best to go combined arms, but in this instance, I'm going to go a little bit more of a mono strategy. This is the classic American dilemma. You have so many civilian factories, you just don't know what to do with them. So in this case, I'm just mass building infrastructure across the whole of my nation. And to top that off as well, I suppose what you could also do is go for this prospect for resources thing. And we still have more civilian factories than we even know what to do with. America problems, right? Motorized and mechanized, I always go for hardness first. Production cost reduction and hardness. Manifest destiny. What's the next option? We either go for the Canadian corridor. Small slip of sparsely populated Canadian territory separates Alaska from the lower USA. Its defense is therefore dependent on the Canadian goodwill. Do we boost relations and see if they accept it? So a lot of the time, the game's code doesn't make you aware if this is going to make any difference. But the fact that we've caused so much world tension by annexing Mexico, they're probably not going to accept it, but we'll see. So basically, this is the corridor. This is what it basically is. Given the option to connect our land once up again, all into one big piece of chunk of land. The USS Panay has been sunk in China. War. We could do that by a naval invasion from Guam to mainland Japan. Move the navy over. Go here, and we can do the doctrines. Yeah, there we go. Might be a better idea to build this port up as well. Infrastructure as well. Landing craft, done. Next up, we'll do the next landing craft, even though it takes over 2-3 years. I'm going to sign everyone on now. How many divisions? 27 of 27. Good. So even though you're a democracy, I know I'm not a democracy right now, obviously, but if you are a democracy in America, you get lots of options to like declare war on neighbors like Mexico and Japan, just because you have the ability to do it, which is kind of cool, because I guess the democracy should have some fun play styles, I guess. Anyway, spies into Japan. The Canadian corridor, and they say they refuse, but we get a war goal on them. Yeah, why not? Seize Cuba. Get rid of Mexico. Mexico doesn't exist. North American Dominion. Gain an event. Demands foreign control of all a bunch of states. Oh my goodness, that is so awesome. I never even knew this stuff existed. As you can probably see with this is a very easy playthrough for me because America, as I've said to you multiple times in the past, I think he's a little bit too strong in this game. So I feel like I don't really have to play the game when I play America because it's kind of like autopilot, you know? The North American Dominion. Their immediate borders secure. We have looked further afield to remove any threat against North America. We cannot tolerate a rogue state. I'm not actually sure what this does. Planning. A naval invasion. 141 days. We're getting there. Immediately activate the battle plan. Select the mega fleet. Put them on naval invasion support, even though they're still repairing. Ooh, they can just reach here, just because there's a tiny little bit there. And declare war. And they should be able to leave automatically. No. Marinana region. There's an easy way of fixing this. You just go naval raiding in this region, and then we'll just intercept as many as we can. Go for the elusive gentleman now. Get the extra spy. There we go. All the nations now will accept subjugation. Yes, yes, yes. Nicaragua says no. Even Canada said yes. Which is really bizarre because they said no to the corridor. That's so weird. And the only nations that said no were Cuba. No, Cuba still said yes, even though they're haters. And Nicaragua. See, if America wasn't OP enough, we'd just get events like that. Would you like everyone to become a subject nation of our amazing state? Yes. It's just that easy. Pacification. There we go. Yeah, take all the holdings from them. Just by event. It's just that easy. All right, we're intercepting ships now in this region. And we're going to slowly get rid of all their ships in this specific region. Oh, we just absolutely annihilate them. The plan is this, to get 100% naval supremacy here to activate my naval invasion. Another supply. And pop that into Tokyo. Okay, I'm going to have to do another naval invasion here and do a little bit of island hopping in close proximity. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. Unfortunately, that took a really long time to plan. It makes me super sad that I have to do this, but it is what it is. Sometimes you get kind of lucky and Japan doesn't put their ships up and you can just invade them from as far away as possible. But in this one instance, it's not worked. That's okay. The one nation that thought they could say no to me. I don't accept no nos. The United Kingdom has refused the opportunity to hand over islands to us. It always feels kind of random when you click these events because there is no structure behind what caused them to happen or whether they'll accept or not. The tooltips need to say what will push them in either direction, but it's kind of just feels kind of a little bit random. Anyway, there's apparently a coalition. The coalition. Is there anyone in the coalition? I don't think so. Call to arms. Declare war. So even though they're in the coalition, Japan was guaranteed by Germany, so now I'm at war with Germany. Germany's picking all the best friends. So if you want to get around that, just to fight on Manchukuo or Menchukuo, but I was using the war goal that I got, so I wanted to use that and take advantage of it to get a quick cap on Japan. That did not happen the way I'd hoped, but it is what it is. We've reached the bugs part of the playthrough now. So they are a puppet nation, but they won't join this war against Nicaragua. Okay. Guess we're going to build some forts in them. The reason we're building forts in them is so we can annex them. Oh my god, we've got so many puppies. Anyway, back to the Pacific. Naval invasion. Off you go. And we chew through them. Oh, no we don't. Came close, but it wasn't enough. Once again, if we had Marines for this, it'd work out a lot easier. I'm just kind of hoping we can get easy W's by landing. The Marines would have definitely done the job. I'm not a big fan of island hopping, so I tend to avoid it. War goal for Siam, why not? War goal for the Dutch East Indies, why not? Everyone just says no anyway. Strategic interest. Demand U.S. demands territory. I got a bit confused then for a second. I was like, hang on, I'm demanding territories from myself? What? All of a sudden, I'm going to build up Nicaragua more than it's ever been before. Yes, all my civilian factories into developing this one nation just so I can declare war. Alternative solution is to build an airbase here, max it out, and then we could do cast strikes from the adjacent tiles. Big artillery. Upgrade it. Commandos. American does those, right? Commandos. Expert. We make a commando. With an engineer on it. Interesting. Pioneers with a Marines. With an engineer. Marines. We're going for a 30 width Marine, right? I realize I'm not focused to anything on my doctrines this game. Doctrines are a thing of the past. We'll go for professional officer course. And then I suppose we can do a little bit of superior firepower. We'll go for integrated this time. The U-boys to the Marines. Exercise them up. And with the Air Force here now, we should be able to hit a little bit harder. Strategic interests is done. And the United Kingdom says no. Yeah, it would be really nice if there was a tooltip telling you what decides this. I don't need to be a modder and dive into the game's code. Gee, thanks, Paradox. I'll either click the bottom one and lose war support or do the top one. I guess I'll do the top one. Protect South America, which gives a security summit. Ooh. Gonna exercise my Marines up. Get ready. Moved all my planes over here. Gonna be sent to a new general for China. Are any of these generals we're actually gonna use? Probably not. Joseph Stilwell. So I'll move my Air Force over here. As you can see right now, it's very small. It's hard to see because it's so close to the carrier icon. We're going to do close air support here. The range is a bit of a problem, but if we give them more air crews and pair that up with centralized control, we might give a little boost. I think in this circumstance, we can do the naval invasion. We just need now to wait for the org to go up, and it will be enough. Cut that off now. I'm going to click on this guy, click on naval invasion support. That will give shore bombardment. So we're going to have close air support, full air superiority, boom, naval invasion. And get this, there's nobody there. All that work for nothing. All right, another naval invasion. Another one. 21 days. Hey, isn't island hopping fun? Next up, we have the ability to integrate Honduras. And boom. We just need to do another 1,500 autonomy points and 300 political power. Then we can annex them and then take out our enemy of Nicaragua. Nice. Also, we've lost a spy because they got captured. Let's go help them immediately and prioritize operations. As you can see, we are developing Honduras quite heavily here by building supply into them and ports. Things we will never use ever again. Yay. We have the option to join the Comintern. Oh, that tempting? Should I actually do that? There's nothing to gain from that though, is there? No. I was just thinking, is there a staging ground so we can attack the UK or Germany? I don't think there is. Naval invasions. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. We're gonna land again. And there's nobody here. So you do all this effort to do these naval invasions, and then no one ends up actually occupying them. Nice. Well, this naval invasion thing here is not really going to work for me anymore, so we'll go for better soft attack on the guns. Is that going to integrate support now? And to top that off, I could add on support AA just to take advantage of the soft attack bonuses. Yeah, no, why not? We'll just do that. Just for the Marines, nobody else. We're left in a situation where there's nothing else to build inside of Honduras. Absolutely nothing. Go back to building infrastructure because there's just nothing else to build. I kind of hate when I reach the point in the game where I have too many civilian factories where I can't even allocate them anymore. There's a part of me deep down inside that says, I don't really want to do this. So Canada is no longer in the Allies because they're a puppet of mine. So, you know what? I have a better plan. We develop Canada. Integrate Canada. Canada's about to have a massive influx of GDP straight from the United States. Paraguay has rejected our guidance. Okay. So has Venezuela. So has Uruguay, Ecuador, Colombia, Chile, Brazil, Bolivia, Argentina. They basically all just say no. But, you know, that leads to war goals. So I guess I'm taking out South America, right? We have the option for global homogeny, which is basically war goals against everyone else. The naval invasion. And yes, we're landing. And the damage we're doing is insane. Supply is bad, but it doesn't even matter. Okay, so if I was to do a naval invasion, you can test this by grabbing some troops, doing a naval invasion, landing here, checking what we need. So coast of Japan is what we need. And if we were to do that naval invasion, it would be possible. I think we just do it. Yeah, let's do it. We establish the beachhead, then we reinforce with the troops. Bit risky doing it that way, because if you don't establish a beachhead, you could potentially lose the Marines here. It is better to do a big naval invasion, but then you've got that ridiculous preparation time, which I don't really want to do that. Does anyone want to do that? Nah. Why wait when you can do it now? All right, naval invasion, off they go. Naval invasion support. I'm going to attach the castle when I land. Just initially to make the beachhead. I am landing. My success of winning is very high because we outnumber them. Shore bombardment's doing its work. And as long as they don't reinforce, should be okay. And I've landed. Take the capital, spread out the beachhead, and all the reinforcing troops. I need you guys here. There we go. And to top that off, grab all the fighter bombers, put them in close air support, attach onto this guy, all the way across the world again. Come back, land, and let's do damage. Go, go, go. Invitation to join the Allies. Oh, man. Have I got a war goal on Britain? I do. Can I have access? Oh, I can have access. Therefore, if I declare war on the Dutch East Indies, have I got the ability to order 66 Britain? I've not done that in a while. And the boys are landing. And here they are. All right, off you go. Whoosh. Oh, just wiping the floor with them. Nice. Spies into Germany. The next goal. Wow, so easy. Just battle plan it all the way. I feel the need to just beeline to victory points. Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Get the northern victory points. Off you go. And annex. Oh, can't annex. I thought I was going to annex Honduras. It's actually Canada. The Netherlands requests U.S. protection for the West Indies. Usually I would say yes to that, but then doesn't it give me control of Caribbean islands? No, it doesn't. Okay, well. And the final victory points. Nagasaki's the last big one. There you go. Yoink. What do you even do in this instance? I just suppose I hoover up the islands, I guess? Because my contribution is so small compared to China. I feel like I'm kind of limited of what I can do and what I can take. There you go, that's all I can take. It's kind of a weird mishmash of bits of land. Pass, 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 pass. Yeah, we're done. Let me guess, Japan still exists. Got the option to annex Honduras now. Then we can push into Nicaragua. At the same time, I can imagine we just train a bunch more troops here. Oh dear, we need to mobilize. Mobilize. Volunteer only. 48. And you're done. Annex. Okay, I'm going to try order 66 Britain. I've not done this in a while. So, you garrison all of Britain. Northern Ireland as well? Yeah, sure. So the reason we're able to do this is we have got access from Britain. So we can move our troops here. Then what we're going to do is declare war on one of the members of the Allies. The UK will join, and then we'll have troops inside of the UK. Do you know what? This might have actually been patched. I don't actually know. We're about to see a massive epic fail right here, or a massive epic win. We're about to see. You'll see. And here comes the swarm of Confederate troops arriving into the UK. UK may be slightly nervous right now. They should be. When you build supply depots in your allies, so you can later annex them. Third world debt is financed by supply depots. Nice. Ball bearings from Sweden, yes. The Danish inquiry for hosting troops. We will host them. Okay, we're going to do the war divisions here, because this gives the ability to have attack bonuses against said countries. The one against Germany and the Soviet Union is going to be quite useful. All right, not really going to be quite neat with this. Sometimes if you do an Order 66, it is better to focus on specific victory points. But our divisions are so unbelievably strong, it's just not even a problem. I don't even care. Okay, the last of the troops are arriving. Germany seeks our support. Yes. I believe this is the path for Denmark declaring independence when they start to liberate Germany, I believe. All right, we're in the position now, so now I'm going to declare war on some of the allies. In this case, say the Dutch East Indies, which are in the allies. Declare. And yes, Order 66 does not work anymore. They have all been ejected back to the capital of Richmond, Virginia. Nice. Oh well. Naval invasion, Liverpool. And then the rest of the boys we're going to declare on. Oh, we're already at war with most of South America anyway. That's fine. In that case, you go here and we'll begin the Great War. Oh yeah, they've all joined the Allies apart from Peru. The option to join the Chinese United Front. United against the Chinese or with the Chinese? That is the question. We'll go for War Plan Red first. Attack bonus against Britain. Extra divisions, 48 of them. Deploy. Pop them here, here, and here. I don't know what's happening here, but this is definitely bugged. Attacking, defending. Are they owning our territory or are they occupying our territory? I just don't know. Okay. Deploy the Navy. Split them into 4 packs. Spread them across the Caribbean. 100% convoy raiding efficiency. Go, go, go. And we can go for a commerce raiding expert as well. War Plan Red against Britain. Gonna go for some logistics too, because these divisions are getting big and we're fighting all across the world, so we need to keep that supply down. Intercepted the British fleet here in the Caribbean. And that looks like a win to me. The Hood has been sunk. Can we find it? There we go. Oh no, the Hood. Lost in the Caribbean. Devastating. Historical, by the way, as well. Of course, here we only give the most historical of games. Canada is in the war. And we take out Labrador, Newfoundland. To bring some of these allies into the war right now. The front lines are doing this really weird thing. I think it's because some of them are in the war and some of them are not. Okay. I think we need to get Panama in the war because, once again, weird borders are happening here. And Costa Rica as well. There we go. When you have supply problems, you know what you do. Ports everywhere. Colombia down. The first knock on the back door of South America. Oh, I can get Venezuela in this war. Yeah, why not? Bring everyone to the war. Everyone's coming. Not that it matters. Naval invasion time. Oh my goodness, Britain. What were you doing? Oh, that's right. You're fighting a war in Europe. Oh. Oh dear. Prioritizing Italy. And you should have been prioritizing home. Oops. Dover, the capital of the United Kingdom. Sad times. Do you know what? I've never actually visited Dover. I've just passed through it many a times. Going to France. Is it any good? Let me know in the comments. Boom! There goes the UK. So I need the UK basically because I need to be able to do a landing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take all of England. And we take now Newfoundland as well. Grab the Caribbean and Jamaica. There'll probably be one tiny island somewhere that I'll forget. Okay, that'll do for now. And now, we're kind of back to where we were, but it's versus Germany now. It's weird that you negotiate with your enemy, isn't it? Do you think that's a bit strange? Because now we're at war with the land that they've just taken in the peace conference. Should there be some kind of armistice that would happen after that, right? Right? Nope. Okay, we'll move the fleet to Europe, and then we'll just blockade Germany. Meanwhile, with the spies, collaboration government. Repeat over and over again. We've got the option to annex Canada. It'd make pretty borders, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do it. So this is the point where we've reached the perpetual spam of CAS. You're producing so much CAS now that no matter if their planes are better than you, you will always be able to dominate them. How many CAS have I got now? Well, it's fighter bombers. Almost 8,000. Run out of generals. Need to make a new one. Let's find one. You'll do. What we'll do is break off the guy that's in Britain and attach the new guy on. Everyone on this front line. Off you go. Venezuela is popped. Work on mechanized. It's a bit late, but better late than never, right? Mobilize a little bit more. Volunteers? No, we need a little bit of conscription. Just a tiny little bit. We also think about attacking Germany too, so we'll go for War Plan Black. We're going to go with air-land battle because it gives the biggest bonus to air superiority. As you can see, air superiority here, 15%, which reduces enemy breakthrough and enemy defense if you just get enough air power. Well, and we will have enough air power, trust me. All right, so the Germans are doing really well on the eastern front here. They've almost pocketed it between Leningrad and in the Baltics. And they made a big push outside of Stalingrad. However, things have changed because I'm blockading them incredibly heavily right now. Can we have a look at a breakdown here? So we go into lost ships. We go into older. We can see that we have sunk successfully 986 convoys. Doesn't give a breakdown of how many of these are German though. Just shows the British ones. But regardless, as you can see here, we're making a big impact. Intercepting a lot of trades coming in and out of Germany. Disrupting their network. We can probably go here as well. And that way, there's no way the Germans can get out of this region. I suppose they could go through the Mediterranean. Yeah, they could, because they could go through Cairo. Oh, shit. Oh, they can go through Gibraltar as well. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we'll blockade the south of the Iberian coast. Hopefully blocking off more of Gibraltar. Need more ships to cover more regions. Okay, Colombia's down. Peru's down. Keep pushing southwards. The big issue right now is Germany's got a lot of troops here, and the Axis overall. I can see some Hungarian troops and Bulgarian troops down there. But the problem is they can't get supply to this region. They're getting bottlenecked from Germany. Alternatively, I suppose they could go through Germany, go through Italy, go through the Suez, and all around the Cape. But that consumes way more convoys. And if we have a little cheeky look into Germany, we can go into intel for the civilian. You can see they've got between 500 convoys. So we can knock down these numbers. Eventually, they'll become blockaded, and therefore supply will be very difficult to get out of their nation. Okay, let's add on logistics to our marines, add on to our infantry. Realize I really should decommission these. Okay, let's help out the Soviet Union. I know what they're going to need. It's just raw guns. To top that off as well, I can't just keep sending them this many because they're going to need 5,000 convoys for this. I don't have that amount, so I'll drop it down to monthly 10,000 and send them 2,000 convoys, which seem to be French convoys for some reason. Meanwhile, in Asia, we have a Chinese civil war, and the Chinese have taken out India, and it is Yunnan. That might have been something to do with the peace conference, I think. I don't know. I never knew Britain and China went to war, but I do now. Doctrines, don't forget about them. Tanks, not useful. Reinforcements, okay. And this one is about air superiority, so yes, 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 yes. Time to make some mechanized. And we need rubber so badly, and there's no one around the world who can supply us. Oh, China can! And if we were in the Chinese faction, which they keep inviting us to, we could build infrastructure inside of their territories to gain more rubber. That's exactly what we're going to do. The capital of Britain now is the Azores. I can't even think how they would even occupy that. Oh, it's that treaty, isn't it? Lease the ports. Well, it's now your capital city. Nice. Broke through in the Amazon, encircled them, and pushing into Brazil. The Lend-Lease to the Soviet Union. How's it doing? We've delivered 15,000 M1 Grands, 7,000 Springfields, and 2,000 convoys. How many convoys do they have now? Oh, so many convoys. In that case, you could basically have all the guns now. All, and all. And one thing that always really bugs me is lots of crappy old guns that I never even plan on using. So we're just going to scrap all those. The Amazon pocket has been closed. The guerrillas have been defeated. Time for a little bit of mechanized. Adding the hardness and future-proofs the divisions. Okay, maybe too much. Add it on very slowly. 1 battalion at a time. Meanwhile, in the east, Soviets lost 5.7 million, and oh, they're still holding on 85% towards capitulation. Okay, so now they know these areas aren't safe to travel through, and they've lost some convoys. I think they're still producing enough to hold on. But what I'm going to do now is just to secure South America. Let's blockade that region now. And there we go. We're immediately intercepting convoys for Germany and reducing the supply in this region. Ah, there we go. Making it way easy to get through Brazil now. Oh my goodness, so many convoys going through here. Okay, well, this explains where the convoys are going. If you ever find that a lot of troops are hanging behind due to the terrain speeds being low, just Control B and watch this. Now they're all railroading to the front line. The downside to this is they'll lose all their organization, but it'll save them lots of time to get to the front and actually start fighting again. It is so worth it. There we go. Air land battle. Max air superiority. All we need to do is finish our air doctrines now, which we're not too far from. What do we need? Yeah, we just need 1, 2, 3, and then that's it. Max air superiority. And same again. Control B. Get to the front. Soviet Union. Not looking too good. Don't matter. Naval invasion time. Meanwhile, whack-a-mole in the Caribbean. Hitting German submarines. Annex Panama. Sure. Okay, we're ready then. We're ever going to be here. Merge them all up. And do naval invasion support. Annex Costa Rica. Boom. There we go. Max air doctrines. We're all good to go now. Build some more airports in the south of Britain. Let's go. Merge up the entirety of my fleet. G to merge. Exercise to level 3. How many planes we got? 10k. The number has gone a bit wonky there. Like 1,080? No. 10,000. Oof. I always forget about flame tanks. It just falls out my head. Medium tank. Flame. Make it as cheap as possible. Yeah, that'll do. And don't forget to say it's actually a flame tank. There you go. Why do you go for flame tanks? They give you terrain buffs, basically. Extra type bonuses over all terrain types. There's no reason you shouldn't do it. Okay, that's enough exercising. Naval invasion, let's go. English Channel don't have support on it yet. Where are they? Here. There you go. Now we go. Here comes the D-Day. By America, who's fascist, against fascist Germany. It all makes sense if you think about it. It's never made sense. And there we go. The air has arrived now. And now we're going to see the real damage. There we go. And then the rest of the boys come in and clean up. Oh dear, I don't think they were ready for this. No, they definitely was not ready for this. Oh dear. And I'm going to go convoy raiding now and cover as much as I can. Taking a slice of the pie. Off you go. Ooh, the air combat. Well, we're casting a lot. What can you expect? We're going to take a little bit of damage. Once again, if you want to make a good omelet, you got to break some eggs first. Britain is closed off, pushing towards, well, Spain, I guess. Vichy France has not joined the war yet because the UK or France hasn't declared. Or USA. Ah, that's probably it, USA. Well, in that case, do I even want to take out Vichy France? No, I don't. Damn, this is a big counterattack. They've actually got quite a few divisions too. Ooh, if we'd left them against the Soviets, they would have actually beaten the Soviets. Now we're just working with the wall of Germany here as they bash against us over and over again. Supply situation's good, but the rest of it's not so good. Maybe the secret to defeating Germany is to defeat Italy first. And we're learning. But only when you play the most historical game, you get the most historical results. We're doing encirclement here. This would be really nice. Push into here. And into here. Oh, it's actually doable. Oh, 20 divisions encircled. A little bit of micro. But the AI does this. It thinks it can win and it ends up bashing against you over and over again. And you can do silly things like this. Let's see if we can get around them again. Make an encirclement in Brussels. Is it doable? Execute Plan Black. Extra 10% attack and defense against Germany. Lasts for 180 days. Let's give this a whirl. Oh, it was actually enough to break Brussels. There we go. Okay. I blinked and I missed it. Sorry, guys. Epic gamer moment. Missed. They've created the puppet nations for Belgium and the Dutch. So if we capitulate them, they're going to lose divisions. See how many divisions they've actually got. From 2 to 7. Okay, that won't make much of a difference then. Let's not get excited. There's nothing to lose. The Axis have declared war on Denmark. Denmark is attempt to liberating itself. And, oh, it's doing a decent job as well. Okay. Maybe the distraction of here. Here is making all the difference. Oh, and we now have a 1v1. The German Reich versus the American Reich. Ah, okay, I'm not going to wait for those troops from the Eastern Front to come back. We're going to push now. Push. And the close air support boys join the battle. Okay, breaking through the Maginot is not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is have one of you guys sit here and the rest can just kind of push the Northern Front. And then we put all the CAS in the lowlands. Keep calling it CAS. It is a fighter bomber. Correct myself every time. Okay, the Netherlands puppet state has been eliminated. I think Belgium's gone as well. I didn't get a pop-up for that. Belgium not mentioned again. RIP. And now we've got some proper mechanized divisions. The hardness is getting high now. Can we go full mech? I don't think we can, but I'm going to try anyway. No, we only have 1k available. We need 21k. There is a way we can do this easy, though. We can make this super cheap. There you go. Half price mech. 11 cost? No, 5 cost. Pump out those mechs. I suppose what I can also do is this. Prioritize mechanized. Now we need an absolute crap ton of rubber. China, help us out. Oh, wow. The breakthrough has happened now. Whoosh. The floodgates have been broken. Here comes the tidal wave. The tsunami. And also, not forgetting, I built a collab state inside of Germany. So I don't have to cap them that much. Yep, they're already at 50%. So if I take Berlin now, maybe some of the southern cities, it's over. All of a sudden, France decides to join the war. Cheers, France. Berlin's down 94%. Do the ultimate thing to the French. Invade them a second time. Not a lot going on here. I'm just kind of battle planning, and I keep moving the front lines. At the end of the day, I just don't want to be pushing where the forts are, so I'm pushing everywhere else. And Germany is 98%. It's just another victory point, and they're gone. Push the north here. In the center. There's Munich down there. I can grab Munich. And that's it. Oof. Oh, I thought the game was going to crash then. All right, new front lines. Start. Push. The provisional state of Germany. Yes! The Confederate Germany. I never even knew that was a thing. Hidden nation unlocked. And another provisional state of the German Reich. I give my blessing. Does that actually exist? German Reich? It exists in Australia. No, okay. I think that didn't actually happen. Apparently got 2 pop-ups for provisional states and I only actually really got 1. The game tried to trick me. Okay, who are the majors now? We have Italy, Romania, and Bulgaria. Is it time to go full mech? Yeah, it is. Have we got enough mech to do that? No, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, but I did it anyway. Alrighty then, we're back. All the boys knocked out. Who was the only member of the Axis? It is Italy. And that's it. Done. Boom. And here is the world. Axis still exists. Vichy France still exists. American Germany. Yeah, based. For some reason, I've become the Free American Empire. When before I was Confederate States of America. Don't ask me why that changed. I actually have no idea. And I'm in the Chinese faction. This is well and truly chaos. I'll be honest with you, some of the mechanics with this, with the fascist nation, are kind of frustrating because all of these focuses down here are all RNG based. Just roll a dice where you get it, where you not get it. Sometimes it's something really OP, sometimes you get nothing. It's just, I don't know, I find that kind of frustrating. Also, the fact that you're away from the war, being in North America, doing lots of like naval invasions and stuff. Naval invasion mechanics are kind of dated, so they don't really work that well. So that's kind of annoying. But overall, you're America, and you're more OP than you were before. You think you were OP America? Nope, you become more OP. The name's on screen right now. You are the elite. Thank you for becoming members of my YouTube channel. And thank you for taking advantage of early access videos. You are a star. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.